Hey everyone, welcome to the cast. I am JRT, and tonight we have another InTACT esports matchup. They are going up against InControl Gaming this time around. Let's check out the records for both squads. InTACT coming in at 2-0, undefeated so far this season, and undefeated in ESEA as a whole. They have already won on Inferno against the Legacy of Janoom and just beat Team Degenerates 16-7 on Train. Top fragger on the squad so far this season is Swan at 45 with a KDR of, wait for it, 2.25. I don't think Swan's going to be able to sustain that over the season, but if he does, it'll be an extremely impressive feat. Over on InControl Gaming, they are 1-2 on the season. They've had very up and down season so far. Lost the first one, won the second one. They crushed Carpe, knocked him 16-1 on Mirage, but then lost to Whatever It Takes 16-10 over on Overpass. So they're trying to get back to the 500 mark with a win against InTACT here, but it will not be easy as 4 members of InTACT have an ADR of above 84.8. Optimus 94.3, Swan 94.1, and the ADR king Turismo at 103.6. Over on InControl, it's all Curry. He leads in every stat category. 65 frags, 1.32 KDR, 93.5 ADR, and 8 3-kill plus rounds. But here we go. Round number 1 is underway. Again, InTACT Esports up against InControl Gaming, ESEA Advanced Season 29. Playing on the A side here, Swan. On his right is Nox, and they're being engaged right away here at the bomb train. Swan, nice headshot over on Curry, and Nox follows up with one of his own. There's Shakur and Red Killer responding though, but Turismo on top of the booth there in Z Connector gets a double, and Optimus from Pop Dog finishes it off on Shakur. Starting lineups for both squads. We have Turismo, Optimus, Swan, Nox, and Shakezilla. For InTACT, over on InControl, Red Killer, Shakur, Mistivs, Flux, and Curry. Red Killer and Flux are the newest additions to the squad in Season 29. Regano, who's now on For Us, was dropped, and Figment as well, who's unsigned as of right now in Season 29. So, pretty standard mix-up for a squad that was 9-7 last season. Got into playoffs, but lost in the first round. So InControl buying up 3 Deagles, a P250, and a CZ75. 2 FAMASes, a Scout, an M4, an MP9 for InTACT. There's Turismo inside a Z Connector looking towards the B ramp, finding Curry. Turismo looking for more. There's Red Killer going to go down, looking for the 3K. Not going to find it. Optimus is the one who gets it up close, but Turismo going to keep firing away on Shakur and does indeed find him. Last one standing here is Flux. He's got the Deagle in his hands against all 5 InTACT members who are trying to carry those rifles and SMGs into the next round, but Optimus gets flicked on by Flux. 55 seconds remaining in the round as Flux getting fired upon. They know exactly where he is, and there it is, even through the smoke. Nox going to connect on that one, and he gets the FAMAS frag on Flux. Now, speaking of Nox, unfortunately Nox hasn't had the best start to the season. He's sitting at only 17 frags and ADR 48.3, but don't read into that too much. Nox had a slow start to Season 28 as well, and then finished much better than the beginning of the season. So, hoping to see more and more from him as things progress here in Season 29. And it's not always about the frags. I mean, when you have everyone else fragging like crazy on your squad, I guess, you know, you can just focus more on utility and being support. 2-0 for InTACT here, heading into round number 3. As Flux going to move in from B ramp. Optimus finds 2. Swan and Shake get 2 more. That leaves only Flux once more, and it's just going to be over in 20 seconds. That's going to be that. InTACT now lead 3-0. So InControl going to have their first full buy of the match. We'll see what they can do with that. 4 AKs and the AWP for Shakur. Battery says, hey, not everyone can have frags when you're getting those Ws. I completely agree. 100% Battery. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're 2-0. You haven't lost a game yet. It's irrelevant. These guys are all happy with the current squad that they have. Swan going to get the op frag over on Flux. Open things up. Get a nice shot there. Nox firing through red train and green train as Shakur is looking to get that op frag. Tried to thread the needle over towards Ivy. Could not do it. As Red Killer's thinking about dropping into Pop Dog. Curry facing off with Shake, and Shake just jumps across, gets pegged for a little bit of damage. Down to 67, but survives. Turismo from heaven Finds Mistiff sneaking around T-Hell. Curry inside the smoke. Little sneaky there. Going to get the bomb planted. Then frag Shake as well. So a little bit of a chance here for InControl. 4v3, but look at Nox on the flank. Gonna get one. Goes down immediately, Shakur. But that gives Optimus a chance to come in from Popdog. Get the spray transfer on both Red Killer and Shakur. And iNTACT going to indeed take their 4th round victory here. InControl at least getting the bomb planted. $800 in the bank account for them as we move on to round number 5. Interesting notes here, little tidbits, is that Shakur actually had an ace versus Carpe Noctem, and Curry had an ace versus Explicit. So 2 players already with aces, but 2 losses on the board. I don't think that 1-2 record is representative of what InControl can do. And they have 3 members below a KDR of 1 right now. But over their careers, they're all really solid, so it's just a matter of them starting to click together as a squad. As you see Swan pushing up aggressively in towards Ivy against Flux. Gets 1 and 2. Curry going to go down as well, but then Red Killer responds. 2 deagle shots on Swan and Nox, but Turismo's always there to clean up. Gets 2. And that's going to make it a 3v none when Shake finds Shakur. So iNTACT just rolling along here, 5-0. And what you saw there, Swan going up Ivy, he did that in the last match as well, up against Team Degenerates. And it really catches people off guard when you're pushing up Ivy that close with the AWP. But Swan can pull it off because he can get those nice flicks at any range. In the chat, iNTACT looking very comfortable. Not a good sign for ya boys at InControl, says Battery. I had a few predictions I want to read here. Where are they? Is saying iNTACT 163 is Curry, though, coming out, finding Turismo. Shake trades it back, looking for 2, but can't get it. There's an advantage here, very briefly, though, for InControl as Swan trades it back and finds Mistiffs. 3v3. Flux going to throw an HE grenade. That does connect for a bit of damage on Nox and Swan. Not too much, though. Swan, misses a shot there on Flux. And they're running a double op setup here with Swan and Optimus. So look at that on the edge of the smokes. Optimus finds Shakur. And you can see Red Killer's hanging out inside of Pop, thinking what he can do here as Swan gets his 2nd on the round on Flux. Red Killer, the last one standing. It looked promising momentarily for InControl, but when you have Swan staring down the sights of his off, it's not too easy. Ooh. In that case, Red Killer did get the jump on him, finds the frag, Nox responds, and that's going to be that. Still undefeated in the match is iNTACT with 6 round victories, InControl with none. But getting back to those predictions, Twiz says iNTACT will win 16-3. Very intense prediction there. Mochilla 16-9. I think Mochilla's actually been bang on in his prediction, so we'll see if that comes to fruition. Battery saying I see 10-5 half for iNTACT, 16-7 final score for iNTACT. So we will see. Optimus, the B anchor, rocking the ops still. As InControl going to be back on a full buy here with 5 AKs. Actually, I shouldn't say full buy. They don't have much utility. Only a couple of smokes left. And look at Optimus waiting patiently. Gets the opening frag and backs off. Smart play for him. I'm assuming now InControl is going to try and set up some smokes for this B hit. You can see iNTACT being really aggressive on this A site. Moving all the way up to Popdog is Turismo. He's got a good angle on both Popdog and a main. Oh, look at Nox here. Going to get a double over on Mistiffs and Curry. They're just rolling along. Nox, I mean, not Nox, but iNTACT as a whole. Not looking stressed in any way. Finally, Shakur, though, going to get a couple of frags, and then Red Killer helps out as well on Turismo. So 1v1, Swan versus Red Killer, and it's over just like that. Man, these frags are coming fast and furious here. And Swan, 8-3, almost at the top, but it's actually Turismo at 9-2 leading the way. Over on InControl, you have Red Killer 6-7, Shakur 5-7, and then Curry at 2-7. That's not good news for InControl because Curry is a very important player for them. He's a top frag for 2 out of the 3 first matches of the season. He had 46 frags in those 2 matches against Explicit and Carpe Noctem, and so far with 65 on the season. He's their fragger. He's going to have to get it going here. There's Shakur. Finds the head of Turismo. So the opening frag going to InControl. Traded back by Shake, but then Curry gets Swan. Promising for InControl. Can they pick up their first round victory here? Curry rocking the op. And Optimus coming from Popdog trying to sneak around on the flank. Shake finds Curry. Nox sees Flux trying to sneak it from Ivy. Optimus on the flank on Red Killer. InControl cannot buy a break here. Mistivs walks right into the crosshair of Shake, who was hiding under camera. And that will be that. iNTACT, after 8 rounds, have already secured the first half. 8-0. And a match pause is being called. When does this match start? We started at 6:45, I'm guessing. We are not that far in. 6 minutes in, and it's 8-0 for iNTACT. These rounds have been so fast. Unreal. Was Swan opping before he joined iNTACT, says Twiz? That is a very good question. I believe so. Especially considering how good he is with that op. I think, well, personally, I might be a little biased since I've cast a lot of iNTACT, but Swan is probably the top opper, or one of the top oppers in Advanced right now. So an 8-0 lead so far this season. iNTACT has only dropped 13 rounds, and it's looking good again once more here. Now, for some of you guys who are saying, oh, Train is an interesting pick here for iNTACT, it actually is very interesting because, like I mentioned on the previous cast, iNTACT didn't play Train at all up until, I think it was the beginning of September. It was an automatic veto for them all of last season, not a single time that they played it. Then they decided they were going to try and get some practice in on Train, make it one of their main maps, and that's why we're going to see it more and more as this year progresses here for iNTACT. They're 2-1 so far in 2018, and the only team they lost so far on Train against was Bravado, and that was in the Epicenter 2018 qualies, the number 4 qualies there, and the grand final. That was a good grand final if you guys caught it. I mean, iNTACT played neck and neck with Bravado the whole time, but they just could not pull out the victory on map number 3, which was Train. Lost 16-12 there. Figment saying, I saw JRT creeping on my ESEA profile. You did, because I was checking to see what squad you were on, as I saw that you were on InControl last season. But you're unsigned. Why are you unsigned, Figment? That doesn't make sense. Someone get that man a team. Dangle CS says, JRT, can you cast my match, please? What league are you in, Dangle? I can look into it. If you guys have an org, have your org hit me up, Dangle, if you have an org. Can I change my prediction, says Battery, 16-0 for InControl? Oh boy. Things are getting crazy in the chat. And this timeout's lasting quite some time. I think for good reason. InControl just has to kind of take as much time as they can, maybe put a dent in the momentum of iNTACT with this timeout and get a round victory on the board. They do have the full loss bonus of 3,400, which has been carried over since round number 5 here. And they're going to force up whatever they can get. You have the op for a Curry, 2 AKs, a Galil for Flux, and Red Killer only going to have the Deagle, so not enough money for him. And there's the freeze time canceled. Welcome, Droid and Anthem Halo, to the chat. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the match. Here we go. Round number 9. iNTACT versus InControl Gaming. iNTACT so far undefeated in Season 29, looking to go 3-0. And InControl trying to balance things out on their end. 1-2. Trying to get to 2-2, but their T side so far has not looked that good. At least not that good against iNTACT. Curry standing in a molly, burning alive here. Does manage to spot out Nox and get the opening frag again. And they seal the round, though. Turismo responds with a double, going for the triple, and he gets it through the bomb train. Turismo with the 3K. Flux and Shakur, the last two standing. Shakur right next to Smoke, could catch Shake off guard, but Shake firing through it. I think someone saw him on the other end. Maybe Turismo, and Shake in a fire through finds the final frag. And again, InControl Gaming not able to do anything with that opening frag. 9-0 for iNTACT, and we see a disconnect coming in. Not sure if that's a rage quit coming from InControl. I'm assuming it's just some sort of technical difficulties, and that's why we were paused previously for so long. And it looks like it's Flux who's left the server. Turismo. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. The trolls are in the chat. Rage quits. I don't think it's a rage quit. Roster change mid-game. Yeah. That actually happened, not in Counter-Strike that I can recall, but I remember watching a Montreal Canadiens matchup. Yes, it's hockey, but it's relevant. And they had a player traded mid-match. Gone. Taken off the bench. I'd never seen it before in my life. They just took him off. He was gone. He was on a plane to another team in the middle of a game, and they had to change their lineup. I I hope that never happens in a Counter-Strike match because it just makes no sense. You got to have some respect for your players. It did happen in Counter-Strike. Okay, Mochilla correcting me there. I must have missed that one. Jeez, man, I don't know. That's not right in my opinion. So, but here, these guys, average age for both the teams at 20. You'll see the difference between the oldest and the youngest on iNTACT is actually a lot closer. You have Turismo, the oldest, at 21, and Noxio at 19. But on InControl, it's Red Killer, the oldest, 25 years old, and Curry, youngest, at 16. So Red Killer's been around for some time. We'll see if his experience can help them come back here in what is a 9-0 deficit. And going to be a long match pause, I think. Over their careers, Shake still leads the way in KDR with a 1.26 KDR, and over on ADR, it's Optimus at 84.7. Optimus had quite a game for himself on Train last time. Defending that B site was a really solid and consistent anchor at that site. 24-10 and 110.7 ADR. Now, for InControl, like I mentioned before, they were 9-7 last season. That's pretty good for them considering that they jumped from intermediate, where they were 12-4 in season 27, and then 4-1 in the playoffs, going to advanced. Skipped main, never had a match in main at all, and then went to 9-7 in advanced. It's pretty impressive and a pretty quick adjustment where the competition really picks up as you get to that high level of play. Anyway, finally, we're here with round number 10, guys. Round 10, iNTACT up 9-0 InControl. See Flux returning to the match. Nox gonna throw a quick molly there. Swan again, opening frag, getting a double here, defending the A site. Flux does manage to get the jump on Turismo and then falls back inside a Pop Dog. So at least InControl getting one frag there with only 4 deagles in hand. And I think that was a Galil for Curry. No, actually an AK for Curry, which just got taken out of his hands by Nox. 4v2. Flux does manage to rotate around and pick up a scout that was dropped on the ground. And Swan again. Can he be stopped? 3K for him in the round. Red Killer, the last one standing. Optimus just waiting around the corner here. With the AK in hand. He's going to see Red Killer in a moment. Ooh, misses the shot. So Red Killer now alerted to his presence. Turns around and re-engages, which was not the right decision, unfortunately, in that case. He didn't even have the bomb on his back, so not much he could do. Optimus going to find that frag. 10-0 in favor of iNTACT. Anthem Halo saying iNTACT better get into MDL. That would be really awesome to see. I honestly, I said I wouldn't talk about it again this season, but briefly, I think they deserve the chance to prove themselves that they could get into MDL. They didn't get that chance, but it doesn't matter. Let's watch them in advanced and see what they can do. If they can keep up that streak. Curry here walking out into the A site, gonna find Nox and Swan. So here we go, 5v3 for InControl, and great positioning for Curry, who's gonna get into heaven and be supported here by Mistivs. And who is that? Flux, I believe. Shakur going to get the bomb planted. 5v2, iNTACT. Looks like they finally might lose their first round here. Curry watching inside of heaven. You have one in T-Hell. That's Mistivs. And who is on the bomb train? Who is that? Shakur. I'm not sure if Shake and Optimus are going to engage here. They do have the money to try for it. Here comes Shake, maybe looking for some action from Z Connector. Here's the scope in. Oh, he's gonna go for the ninja? Oh no. I think it's happening, folks. They've left the bomb too soon. Shake's gonna go for the ninja defuse. He might get it. No. Oh, Red Killer with his wits about him turns around, says, I do not think so. Not today, Shake. 10-1 in favor of iNTACT, but man, that was a close call for InControl. Shake waiting patiently, and you saw them running away. Luckily, Red Killer turned around and fired into that smoke. Ooh, boy. So, indeed, first round victory on the board for InControl. Let's see if they can roll along and get a few more. iNTACT. Gonna look to reset their economy here in a double op setup coming in. Shakur and Curry both having those ops. Red Killer, Shakur Shakur gonna walk out here. Red Killer finds Turismo, but Swan trades it back. He's on top of the green train now. Gets a double, drops off. Great play by Swan once more to defend this site. Red Killer trying to engage over at E-Box. Shakezilla sees him around the smoke, but doesn't fire the first shot. And as a result, Red Killer gets the frag. Swan still alive and kicking, though. Checking out what's going on between red and green train. There's Optimus. Man, he has owned Pop Dog so far in this half. He comes out again, sneaking through it, gets a double, and Swan finds the final frag on Flux as Optimus is doing his work. And iNTACT do indeed reset the economy of InControl 11-1 now in their favor. And let's check out the star so far of the match. 14-5 is Swan. More stats, 108 ADR, 2.80 kill to death. He is just rolling along once more in this season. Holding on to his frag lead. He has 59 so far on season 29. Shakur looking for the off frag here from T-Con. He's going to back off with Curry. And they're going to check out what's going on over at Ivy. Turismo firing away, trying to wall bang into the upper B tunnels. Curry and Shakur still hanging out inside of T-Con. And I think it's a good idea for InControl to kind of try and take their time and find these opening frags. You see them, after getting that opening frag, they really try to rush things and get control of the sites, but it doesn't pay off for them, especially with Swan watching A. I'm surprised to see they haven't gone for a B hit yet. Most of their hits have been at the A site, and as I say that, here they come. Red Killer going to throw, I think that's a smoke towards Z connector. And Curry heading into the upper B tunnels. Red Killer makes his move over on the ramp. Here's Optimus behind spools, and he goes down immediately. Good shot by Red Killer. Now they're going to have to keep an eye out for Turismo, who's hanging out on the bomb train. Flux, in the meantime, gets Shake. Now Red Killer going to get Turismo. Here we go. Here we go, I should say. InControl can't secure the bomb site very cleanly. Nox gets a double. Curry does respond, but now it's Swan who's ever so lethal with this op. Curry has only 2 HP. Unfortunately, Swan doesn't know that, so he's just going to hold this angle away from the peak. There it is. Swan gets the 2K, makes it a 1v1. Flux, the last one standing. AK versus op. Under most circumstances, I would give this to the AK, but the way Swan ops, I don't know. Flux, good positioning, gets it. There we go. Flux going to finish things off, get a second round victory for his team. InControl still, but just barely, in this match. Checking out the scoreboard to see who's really been kicking into gear here. It's Red Killer at 11 frags and 12 deaths. I was going to say only, but that's quite a bit, considering he only has 11 frags. Curry has stepped up his game. He was at 2 frags, now at 7. He's picking up 5 in the last few. Mochilla saying, don't peek Swan, please. And then why? Yeah, really no reason to peek in that situation. Swan would have had to go to them, but yeah, made it a 1v1 and closer than it had to be there for InControl. And as a result, their economy is not going to be as strong as it could be. Here's Flux going to throw that molly into upper B. Perhaps expecting Optimus to be there, who he has played there a couple of times. But you're seeing Optimus a little further back here, and I like this play. And you saw InControl go aggressively here into the B side. It worked. And they're going to try and do what worked again, more than likely. So a good call by Optimus to mix things up here. Oh, the timing. He moves out of the way just as Shakur peeked his head out of upper B, and then Shakur gets the advantage as a result. Nox trades it back quickly, though. He's going to get taken down by Shakur as well. So Shakur rocking the off, getting a 2K and allowing the bomb to be planted here. InControl, trying to pick up their third round victory. Shake, Turismo, and Swan working to deny them. Economy is not too strong, so you could see a 3-man save here. Shake. Just looking for exit frags at this point. Oh no, the timing looks away right as Curry comes around for the red train. Swan does find that frag though. And the more damage that iNTACT does to InControl's economy, the better here. I think InControl more so wants to get this op out of Swan's hands, but that's not going to be an easy task. Red Killer pushing in towards CD spawn. Swan hearing his footsteps, backs off, gets right in towards Ivy Halls, and Turismo, though, does get one on Shakur. So it's not going to be the strongest buy here for InControl. Not going to have a full economy, excuse me, a full utility buy up. It's sad, but this is actually the second time Shakur got to op on T side. 2 rounds were scouts, says Mochilla, and RIP op is gone again. Yeah, Would have liked to see that op versus op duel with especially Swan and Shakur. But it didn't really happen considering how things played out so far in this first half. There's Nox getting tagged for about 8 damage. We're in round number 15, just like that. "21 minutes into this match, guys, and it's been a quick one. Start off really blazingly fast in the first 8 rounds, and things started to slow down. As InControl are taking their time now. There's Optimus getting the opening frag. Shake gets a double with the CZ. Oh, bad news. And a triple. Oh, goodness gracious me. Shake gonna do the dirty on Red Killer there. Turismo gonna find the final one on Shakur. And what on earth? Turismo does not even need a rifle. Just need the $500 rifle in the form of the CZ. 12-3 in favor of iNTACT. Going into the second half of action, they are sitting pretty and in control. Anything but. Here we go. Second half of play underway quite quickly here. Round number 16 of the match, guys. And iNTACT have only dropped 13 rounds prior to this. If you include the 3 here, only 16 rounds so far in 3 matches. That's 1 loss, basically, in 3 so far. If you count the rounds, anyway. Mochilla wants his prediction to be right. That was 16-3 prediction for Mochilla in favor of iNTACT. Very possible, but you see iNTACT going as a unit in towards this B site. Mistiv's waiting patiently with that USB. Oh, misses I think an easy shot there. Luckily, Red Killer managed to recover and get one on Shake, but there's Nox doing the work, and Nox has been pretty solid so far this match. I think his best match of the season. And he's going to walk in, get a triple. Flux goes down as well. There's Shakur finally responding. Curry going to join him. They're at the back of the site here next to Red Train and Oil Train. Turismo, a nice smoke there to allow Swan to maybe peek out here, but Curry going to find the frag. 2v2, not over yet. Turismo hiding on the edge of the smoke. Gonna get Shakur. Nice positioning for Turismo. Now it's up to Curry, who's on top of the white train. Jumps down. Turismo hiding behind the smoke. Optimus engaging over in the upper tunnels. Curry finds him. Now time is going to run out. I don't think Curry has time to defuse anyway. This round's going to go to iNTACT. No defuse kit for Curry. And Turismo is going to seal it off with a nice headshot there. But it all started with Nox entering into that B site with 3 frags. And Nox, sitting at 14-10, has had a lot of impact frags in this match. Like I said, he's a slow starter, but once he gets going, he can really change the flow of a match. iNTACT 13, InControl 3. Mochilla in chat saying, I legit thought Turismo would knife. Well, no reason to take a chance. I think it's a better call not to go for that knife frag. Would have given him quite a bit of money, but, you know, could have cost the round, too. Although, was time up for, in terms of bomb defusal? Maybe. All right, whatever. Optimus engaging there, and he's down to 34. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Curry's eyes must have lit up and said, oh, my gosh. 4 members of iNTACT are coming down Ivy Hall, sneaking up, and just unloaded on him. Turismo going to get Red Killer as well. Only 2 members standing here for InControl. iNTACT rolling along here on a 4-spy for InControl. Flux stuck inside a Z connector. Actually, that's Mistiv stuck inside a Z connector, and Flux is right about Pop Dog. Good molly thrown here by iNTACT. Optimus going to get the headshot over on Flux. Mistiv, the last one standing in this position, is of course known. So this will be a 14th round victory for iNTACT. 14-3 InControl. Have to either save here and try to go for the overtime and win out 12 rounds against one of the top teams in Advanced, or force up here and try for it. And indeed, they're going to force up. Ooh. 3 Deagles, a CZ, and a Scout. Top of the scoreboard here, you see Curry, Red Killer, and Shakur. 10 frags for Curry and Shakur, and Red Killer with 12. Over on iNTACT, 18 for Swan, 17 for Turismo. Everyone's popping off here for iNTACT. Look at Optimus as well, 14-6, fewest deaths in the server. Mochila getting hyped in the chat. His 16-3 prediction might come to fruition. That will be the second time I think Mochila would be bang on with that prediction. Here comes a smoke execute into the B site here for iNTACT. They're rocking 3 MAC-10s, an AK, and a Galil. Here comes Nox engaging. Good tap to the head of Red Killer. Opens things up here at the B site. Round number 18. iNTACT already have the bomb planted here at B, and they're going to control it now. Flux going to engage with Mistives. They can't get the trade. Great nade thrown by Optimus. Flux goes down. Shakur responds on Shake, but it's a 4v3, and the firepower advantage is in favor of iNTACT. Mistives making a run for it. Gets a double, but Nox responds and finds him. Turismo then gets a double himself. Ends the round 15-3 in favor of iNTACT. This match is very fast, and I think, as Father 3 Boys mentioned in the chat, it might be the quickest match to occur this season so far in Advanced. We started at 6:45 Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, and it is 7:12 right now. So iNTACT could end it right here and right now InControl. Another force buy since they did not save in the previous round. 2 scouts, 2 deagles, and a Cesian. Red Killer could be looking at a quick advantage here for iNTACT, but he goes down after getting a trade. Or was it Flux? It was Flux that got that frag. It's just so fast and furious here. Swan gets a double. Shakur and Mistives go down. Flux still standing on the side, desperately trying to survive. He's not going to, but he does get one before going down. It's over! Nox and Swan get it 16-3 in favor of iNTACT. A very fast and furious match. iNTACT wasting no time, moving to 3-0 on the season. And Mochila has the prediction of the night, 16-3.